This is the same parish building where Anthony's, one of his sons, Joseph Vaskelis, married Janine Leger, and they posed with her wedding party in front of this building. August 29th, 1942. Next door is the church where Richard Vaskelis, one of their sons, was baptized. Next to the church is a house that is closely like the house that Richard was born in. The house is no longer here. And as you go down the block on the left side, you will see a white railing, and beyond the white railing is a row of houses. That used to be a school, and next to the school was Richard's house, which was set back at the end of the backyard. Let me know when I should say that. Okay. All right, the building with the white railing, this is the approximate location that Richard's grandfather's house was located, but it was further back. The school was next door, and then the white house that you see is one of the original houses that was here at the time, and that was right. And that
down
was
there?
Yes. That was here at the original time when Richard's grandfather lived here, and that was a very good friend.
So they lived there a long time.
Explain that house now.
Which one? That one?
6022.
Okay.
Nice and loud.
Okay. When my grandfather had to move because they built a school, he moved across the street at 6022. Okay, he bought that house and lived there for a while. And when my grandmother died, my sister that was living upstairs moved down to take care of my grandfather, and then she bought the house. And after that, you see my sister Huguette's house for a long time. And my grandfather used to live with Huguette.
This is Richard's house. He lives on the second floor.
Richard's got my purse. All right, at St. Gabriel's, Anthony and Eleanor's, one of their daughters, Mary, who was my mother, was baptized. She was born June 14th, 1912. Another daughter, Bronislava, was born October 5th, 1920, was also baptized at St. Gabriel's. This is the rectory, and when I came to Canada in the beginning of November of this year, I went inside and was able to get a copy of Bronislava and Mary Evanoskis's birth certificate. Mary was born in a house which was located on Manufacture Street. Today, the street's name has been changed to Augustine Cantin. Augustin
Cantin.
All right. And as you drive around the area, you see many, many factories. So you have an idea why it was called Manufacture. Right, many of the factories have been torn down. In their place, there are empty lots, and in other areas, there are new homes that have been built. We don't know the number of the house that my mother lived in, but we're going to take a picture of a building that looks old to get a representation of what existed back in 1912.
This is what used to be called Manufacture Street. Richard thinks this is the type of house that represents the type they lived in back then. We don't know exactly which one they lived in, though.
My mother had said that she was on the trolley headed for St. Catherine Street, August 1943, when she had labor pains. So she got off the trolley and had to walk up the hill to Royal Victoria Hospital. And in this hospital, this is where I was born, Eleanor, on August 17th, 1943. My mother had said I weighed 1 pound 2 ounces because I was premature, 6.5 months. Aunt Elizabeth said that I was 2 pounds 1 ounce. So I don't really know how much I weighed. And I was in the hospital for at least 3 months, and they released me when I was about 5 pounds. right, on April 4th, 1936, Mary married Charlie Vaskelis, and when they, after they were married, they lived in this apartment, 7084 Waverly Street. And the apartment is for rent right now. You know what's interesting? If you look down on the left, there's a factory. And there's a factory right next door to the apartment. And when we moved to the States in 1945 on to Bethany Street, we lived next door to a factory.
This is the rear of 7084 Waverly Street.
All right, we're standing in front of Marché Jean Talon Market, which is very old. And this market is located about 2-3 blocks from Waverly Street. And Mommy and Daddy probably did most of their grocery shoppings here. And the front now is a coffee shop. And they were able to buy their produce at little stalls in the back. And across the street you can see some more fruit stores. And I'm wondering if my father worked at one of these fruit stores, because I remember he used to work for a fruit wholesaler, and he would bring bunches of bananas home for my mother to eat because he thought she was too skinny. And he tried to fatten her up, and after she had Annie, she did put on weight. This is a picture of Annie when she was 3 years old in 1940. Standing in front of 6523 Henri Julien Avenue. Elizabeth stood in this spot when she was 16 years old. When our grandparents, Anthony and Leonora, came to Canada from Glasgow, Scotland, they first lived at number 1308 Logan Street. And the structure is basically the same. They just remodeled it a little bit. And after living here, they must have moved to Manufacture Street because Mary was born in the house on Manufacture. And when they first arrived, she might have been pregnant with Stephanie, because Stephanie was born in 1911. Are you filming yet? Oh. Alright, this is St. Casimir, and Grandpa Anthony had helped to build the original church, which was wooden because he was a carpenter. And then in 1956, that was torn down, and this is the newer structure that was put on top of the former church. And if you look to the right of the church doors and below the three little windows, you'll see it written in Lithuanian. And downstairs is the recreation hall today, and the Lithuanian senior citizens meet there every Thursday. Most of our aunts and uncles were baptized in this church. And this church is just located a few blocks away from where Anthony and Leonora had lived. This is on Parthenay Street.